Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, I just want to give you a special shout out and I hope you decide to hit that subscribe button and join our amazing community over here at the Aesthetic Dollar. My name is Emily and I'm the CEO and founder of the Aesthetic Dollar, which is a budgeting brand, and I design simple and minimal budgeting tools to bring the fun and aesthetic back into budgeting. I'm married to my husband Chris and we have 4 kiddos under the age of 10. We got started with the zero-based budget and cash stuffing methods back in 2017 and are currently working on saving up 6 months worth of expenses for a fully funded emergency fund. This will lead us to our ultimate goals, which are to invest wisely and give generously. So if you're interested in learning more, stay tuned. Well, hey you guys, and welcome back to another video. So in this video, I'm going to be doing a cash stuffing for the 3rd week of May. And we are going to be stuffing a total of $1,470 into our sinking funds and savings challenges. And I got some pretty horrendous bills this week, and I promise I won't spend the entire video complaining about it, but it is what it is, I suppose. So I hope you guys are all having an amazing weekend if you're watching this on Sunday when it's posted, or just an amazing day in general. And I think during this video, I am going to change up my setup just a little bit. So I grabbed some of the new dashboards that we added to the shop, and I had a couple extra ones. Yes, so I grabbed some extra dashboards because I just am feeling the need to change up my setup. I feel like I do this every time that like the seasons change. So I just want to, I don't know, make it maybe a little bit more of a summer vibe. But before we do that, I am gonna do my wallet here, and I am gonna take out my receipt. I only have one in here this week. And I'm gonna scan that into my Fetch Rewards app. And if you're new here, I am obsessed with Fetch Rewards. It's such a simple rewards app to use, and basically you scan in your receipts, those receipts turn into points, and then, oh my gosh, and then you can redeem those points for gift cards. So I always leave my referral link up in the description in case you want to check it out. If you're wondering why I have so many coins inside this coin pouch, it's because we had a hockey tournament this past weekend, and I made an effort to grab quarters so my kids could play some of the vending machines, and obviously they didn't end up spending everything I put in my wallet, which is why there's still so many coins in there, but that is why there are so many coins. So I think most of my envelopes are pretty much empty, I guess with the exception of miscellaneous. So let's go ahead and stuff my wallet. And off camera, I am going to be looking at my cash planning page here, which I've predetermined my categories, the amounts, and the denominations. So I have all my sinking funds and then my savings challenges down here. So this is what I'm going to be looking at off camera. And I get asked pretty consistently how I decide how much to stuff in each envelope, and that's just based off of our budget. So I make a budget at the beginning of every month, and then I allot just like a lump sum of money for cash stuffing, and then each week I look through my envelopes and see where we need to add money to certain sinking funds, and then the savings challenges I plan ahead as well. So all of that money is what I have budgeted at the beginning of the month to cash stuff. So it is just like a lump sum amount, and then each week when I'm doing my cash planning, I just make sure that I'm staying within that threshold. So let's get started with my personal spending money, and I'm gonna grab some kind of more beat up bills because I almost always end up spending my personal spending money. My husband and I do $30 a week each, and this is just money we can have the freedom to spend on whatever we want. Eating out always gets 20 in my wallet. I do budget 40, but 20 of that goes into our sinking funds envelope. Self-care, so this money stays in here and I just basically accumulate it, and then when I need to go get a fill for my nails, somebody was like, what's a fill? For my nails, it's $45 for a fill, and then I always tip 15. So I save 60, and usually every 3 weeks is how often I go in for a fill. And then for the kids, I usually pull this out of my miscellaneous envelope, which is in our short-term sinking funds binder. So I'm just gonna grab $10 out of here. And we will get that put in here. And this is just my kids' yes envelope if we're out and about and they ask for something at a store. If they have money in their envelope, I might say yes, I might say no, but that's the money that I'll spend. These envelopes are just for when I go shopping for these specific categories. So these two are basically my Tractor Supply envelopes. So chicken food and dog food, and then clothing and home. If I'm going to specifically get something, that is the money that I would pull out of our sinking funds envelope and just put it in my wallet. So I don't carry a ton of cash around with me, but that method seems to be working well. And then, so kindness got 5, and then miscellaneous already had 5. So that is going to be it for my wallet. Next, we will move on to short-term sinking funds. And for the sake of the vibe, I am going to take this stuff out. I've had this in here for a really long time. It's honestly starting to get a little bit beat up. So I'm going to keep, well, actually, I don't know, because I'm going to be just updating sort of the aesthetic, if you will, of my binders. So I kind of already like looked at these ahead of time, but this is the new Eden dashboard. So I think I really like that in there. And then I'm trying to decide if I want to do this, or I kind of wanted to switch to this one, because I really like the way that looks. I think that's what I'm going to do. And then I'll put my short-term sinking funds. So just so that my husband knows which binder this is. I'm sorry if the lighting is bad. It's really gloomy outside, but it says short-term on the bookmark. And then I really like the way that looks. So just kind of more of like a fresh spring/summer vibe, if you will. Okay, so for home, of course, my iPad timed out here. So oh my gosh, it like completely, okay, my iPad decided to do like some form of update, and I had to wait for it to finish like uploading my GoodNotes app, which is what I use for the digital download of the cash planning sheet. Anyway, home is getting $20. So we have 1, 2, 20, 40, 60, 80, $300. And this is just for anything we might need to keep our home functioning, or if I'm at Target and see like, I don't know, a cute throw pillow or something, that is what we would use that money for. Sorry, I had to sneeze. Okay, so clothing got 20. So we now have 100, 150, 200, 20, 40, 60, 80. So 280. And I did do some shopping. My favorite boutique, ELSIE Boutique. I will link her in the description. It's pretty much the only place I buy clothes lately, but she just had a really cute drop, and I spent about I think it was like $85. So I'm going to need to pull that out sometime this week and put that back into our checking account to replenish our buffer. So beauty got $20, and now it has 100, 20, 40, 60, 80, 200, $210 in beauty. Eating out still has 20, and we're going to add this. Actually, this 20 is nice. Let's save that for our savings challenges. We'll put that one in here. So absolutely beautiful. Oh, we need 2 of them. Okay. So now we'll have 40 in eating out. Might actually start a date night envelope, because Chris and I have been talking, and we don't really do date nights just because of the amount of effort it takes to like get a babysitter, pay for a babysitter, and all of that. And his mom lives in town, but she doesn't like driving out in the dark. So I'm like, we're both self-employed. Why don't we just have like lunch dates? So I think we're going to start doing that, but I, want to have money set aside for it. Dogs is getting 20. So we have 100, 20, 40, 60, 80, 200. Maybe when I make that envelope, I will put, people were asking me, because I have Ted, who is our cat. They're like, you should put your dog's names on the envelope. So maybe I'll do that. Ted is also getting $20. This is just for things that they might need. 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 120. If I accumulate a lot of money in here, I was thinking about getting him like a cat tree or something, even though he uses our entire house as a cat tree. Chickens is getting $20. So they have 51, 20, 40, 60. And I am going to buy some rosemary plants, because I want to plant that around the chicken coop, because there's several benefits to doing that. So I might use some of that money for that. Hockey is getting 25. So we now have 1, 2, 300, 20, 40, 60, 80, 400, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. And next week I'll probably film my condensing. As you can tell, some of these envelopes are getting pretty full. Family Fun is getting $10, so we have 70. Entertaining is getting 20. We have not really had anyone over lately. You can't tell, this is like accumulating. 50, 70, 90, 110, 120. But we just save this money for when we have people over to hang out, just so that I can, like, you know, have snacks and drinks and everything available. So health is getting 70, and that is just, I like to have several co-pays saved up for when we go to the chiropractor or to like urgent care or something like that. And then miscellaneous, I budgeted $10, I believe. Yes. And so I did 2 5s. One I put in my wallet, and we'll put the other one in this envelope. So we have 100, 10, 20, 25. 125 for miscellaneous. I'm just like obsessed. I always love switching things up because it just adds like a whole new level of fun to cash stuffing. Next, we'll do our long-term sinking funds, and I think for this one, I really like, as you can tell, like these lighter color dashboards. I love all of them. Like the 4 new dashboards we just added are probably those, and the Dahlia dashboards are like my absolute favorite. So I love this one. And then I think, maybe, let's see how this looks. It's like maybe a little bit too busy for me. There, I like the way that looks, even though it's like kind of random to have like a 2025 dashboard in there. It is 2025. And then I'm just going to put my long-term sinking funds bookmark in there. So here's kind of a close-up. I think it looks really pretty. And I like the different like layering. I think that adds a lot of really fun dimension to the envelope, and to like just the way, to the envelopes, but also to the way like the binder looks as well. All right, so our half cow and half pig is getting 50. So we have 1,000, 51, 52, 250. So 1,250. We buy our meat from local farmers, so we save up for that because we usually make that purchase about once a year. Medical is also getting 50. So we have 2,000, 500, 6, 7, 8. So what is that? Okay, 2,800, 2,850, 2,900, 2,950. So almost to that $3,000 mark. Emergency vet. So I do need to adjust this in my tracker because Ted did end up getting neutered, and I think my grand total was around 700 between the neuter. We did get him microchipped, and then also for the blood work ahead of time. So this I need to fix at some point. So we'll count what's in here, but it's not actually accurate. So we have 1,000, 51, 52, 10, 15. So 1,215, but maybe closer to like 500 after I take out the money I need to take out. Vehicle maintenance, look at this 50, it's like ripped, is getting 50. So we have 100 now. And then school for the kids is getting 20. So this is for back to school or just like teachers' gifts. I would use this for like teacher appreciation, just anything that has to do with their schooling. 500, 600, 700, 750, 790, 810, 830, 850, 860. I think that's right. All right, got garden and lawn care. We are starting this one over, and I'm actually putting 50 in here because we ended up having to buy some parts for our lawnmower. It's like a 0-turn lawnmower. It's super old. We actually bought it from the guy that we bought the house from. So when we bought the house, it's like something on the table, it's bothering me. Anyway, when we bought the house, we bought the lawnmower from him, and it's just really old. And yeah, so I was able to spend what was left in there on some flowers, which will be in my upcoming vlog. So I did vlog like some of my home life, and on Mother's Day we always go and pick up flowers, and I plant them around the front porch and in the back, and it's just kind of a tradition. So Pool is getting 100. Chris must have spent some money out of here because we had a lot. We had like 1,000 in here. So my guess is that, actually, I think it's because we have our pool people scheduled to come out to open the pool for the season. And if you pay ahead of time, you get a discount. So I think that's where that money must have gone. Hockey rink is getting $10. So we have 100, 150, 170, 180, 190, 200, 210. Renovations, what are we doing for renovations? $25. So 20, 40, 60, 80, 85, 90, 95, 100. So shout out to my teller if you're watching this, but he's like one of my favorite tellers at my bank. And I stopped to get cash this morning and he was telling me that one of my videos popped up on his For You page on Instagram. And I'm like, it's probably, annual membership's getting 10. It's probably because we were talking about it and your phone heard. So we have 1, 2, 300, 350, 360 for annual memberships. And so we were just kind of laughing about it, but he was like, no, he's like, then I started like trying to search because the week prior I had my other favorite teller and she let me film part of that process for my vlog, my next vlog. And he's like, I was just seeing if that was up. And I'm like, well, that'll be on Instagram, and I need to fix this envelope too, because we paid our taxes and I just need to basically take out some of these placeholders. All that will be fixed next week. So we have 2,000, 1, 2, 253, 354, which is not accurate. We paid about $1,800 to our CPA for filing our taxes. Anyway, I thought that was super funny. I love my tellers and I love my bank. One more look. I love that. This makes me so excited. Next, we will do our holiday sinking funds. And this kind of makes me want to design kind of some more like summer/spring freebies for when people place orders on the website, just to be able to like decorate and add things into there. So let's see what I want to do. I might use this, I might not. So I think I'm going to use this one because I think it looks really good with the black. Move that up so you can see it. And I think this one, yeah, that's going to be perfect on there because there's like not a lot down here. So I think that looks really nice layered on top of there. And then we'll put our holiday sinking funds bookmark in there. So this one is called Blossom. This one right here. And then this is Bloom. And this is the holiday sinking funds binder bookmark. All right, let's get to stuffing. So for Valentine's Day, we're adding 5. So we have 100, 120, 25, 30, 35, 40. So 140. Easter is also getting 5. So we have 1, 2, 250, 260, 65, 70, 75, 80. Mother's Day, we spent all of this money on flowers for me for Mother's Day to plant, and then also on Chris's mom and my mom. So this one we are going to be starting over with a 5. Father's Day is going to be getting 10. So we have 100, 200, 220, 30, 40, 50, 60. So 260. Probably stop at, well, Father's Day is actually coming up. We'll probably make it to 300, which is perfect. 4th of July, also getting 5. So we have 1, 2, 20, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65. So 265, or no, is that right? 265. I might start stuffing more in here because I like to have like $500 for 4th of July because we usually host. Oh, Halloween is fully funded already with 300. We like to host, and my kids love like buying those firework packs from Sam's Club. So I want to make sure I have enough for that. All right, so for Thanksgiving, we are doing $10. So we have 1, 200, 20, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. So 280. Our goal is 500 for this one. Black Friday is getting $10. Oh my gosh, like, in my defense, I've not talked about it or complained about these bills, but oh my gosh, you know what? I put a really nice bill in the kids' envelope and I can almost guarantee that's going to get spent. So that's going to go in there, and we're going to put this in my wallet because this is probably the worst 10 out of all of them. These just fit in the envelopes so much nicer. All right, so we have 1, 2, 300, 20, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. I feel like really repetitive, but for anyone that's new, our goal is 500 for Black Friday, and anything that's left over, I just put in our Christmas envelope. So Christmas is getting 50 as always. So we have 2,000, 51, 52, 250. So 2,250 saved up for Christmas. And then New Year's Eve is going to be getting 5. So we have 1, 2, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 245 for New Year's Eve. And then birthdays, we're adding 20. So we have 1, 150, 170, 190, 210, 230, 250 for birthdays. Gifts is also getting 20. So we have 100, 200, 20, 40, 50, 60. So 260. And then seasonal activities is getting 5. So 1, 2, 3, 400, 420, 25, 30, 35, 40. 440. All right, and that is it for our holiday sinking funds. Again, I think that looks so cute. All right, now for some savings challenges. So we are on the 3rd week of May, and we are doing $250. And this is the 10K savings challenge. So you save a little bit each week or 4 times a month, or I mean, it depends on however you're paid or however you prefer to do it. But we're doing the 10K. We have them in 1K, 2.5, 5K, and 10K. So we're doing the 10K and just a little bit each week. And then at the end of the year, you will have hit the goal. All right, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 500, 556, 620 saved up so far for the month of May. This just reminded me, I don't think I ever posted, I filmed a reel of me doing this savings challenge, like for short form content. I don't think I posted it last week. Like I totally spaced it, so I'll have to do that. I'm trying to think. I do think I want to add some kind of, I think that looks really cute. And then what if we put the paper clip on there maybe? I don't know, maybe this will, oh, there we go. I think that looks really cute. Perfect. All right. And last but not least, we will be stuffing our travel savings challenge. I'm not going to do anything to fix this because I think we only have one more week after this week of stuffing this one. So plane tickets is fully funded. Those are already purchased. And then airport snacks we are going to stuff today. And we are stuffing 30. And that is going to be 6 bubbles because each of these are worth 5. All right, so far we have 51, 20, 40, 60, 70, 80, 90, 200, 210. So next week we'll stuff 30 and hit our goal of $240. It's not just snacks either. I mean, maybe I want to buy something there, or we'll probably have to eat a meal. We have a layover on the way there and on the way back, which is wild, but it is what it is. All right, food and drinks, we are doing $60. So that'll be 4 bubbles because they're each worth 15. All right, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 500, 556, 20, 40, 50, 60, 70, 75. And somebody said I can mark off one more bubble for this. So if we have 675, I might need to get my calculator. Not that having extra money would be a bad thing, honestly. Okay, so so 48 bubbles minus $60. Yeah, I can mark off another one. So whoever said that in the comments, thank you. So we will mark off, so next week we'll only have to stuff $45 in here, and then it will be fully funded for our trip, which, if I haven't mentioned, I'm going to my best friend's wedding on the East Coast, beginning of June. Okay, so local transport is fully funded, lodging is fully funded, souvenirs, we are stuffing quite a lot in this one because I wanted to catch up. So we're stuffing 80. Put that behind there. Oh my gosh. All right, so we're stuffing 80, which is 16 bubbles because they're each worth 5. I think that's right. And then, yeah, because then we'll stuff 80 next week and then we'll be fully funded. So far we have 51, 20, 40, 60, 70, 80, 85, 90. 190. Is that right? Yeah. Yep, because then when we stuff 80, we'll be at 270. So that is correct. And then activities is the last one that we're going to be stuffing, and we are doing $60. So that was going to be 12 bubbles. They're each worth 5 on this one. So far we have 51, 150, 170, 180, 190, 200, 210. So the next week we'll stuff 60 again and be fully funded. And then this one we're done with. So I sent them a gift in the mail and it was about $70, and then I'm gonna bring a $100 bill for in a card for to bring that to the actual wedding. So this money is for Chris, for his spending money. And then the only thing we have 2 more things left to do. So let's do our $1 savings challenge, which actually we don't have any $1 to put in here, but I just wanted to show you, I did move. These are all the ones that we've saved. I don't even remember when I started doing this, but anytime I have $1 bills left in my wallet, I just put them in this money bag, and we're just going to count it at the end of the year and see how much we have. But I do want to change the dashboard and kind of the setup of my personal binder. So if you guys are interested to see that, stick around. All right, so I said personal binder, I meant personal planner. So this is what I'm currently using for my personal planner, and I just like it because I like being able to open it and it lays flat. So I've been using this for 2 months this way, and I actually really, really like it. And I am gonna switch to one of these two, and I haven't decided which one. I'm leaning towards petal, but I need to switch out my rings because I want to do gold rings with it. I think it would look really, really cute. And this is kind of not a very aesthetic process because I can never keep everything lined up correctly. So we're gonna see if I'm able to pull it off. Look at that, first try. All right, so that did not end up being as bad as I thought it was going to be. So let's get this cover off. And this is, I have the clear acrylic binder. This is the A5 size. So I have, this is where I store like all my stickers and stuff. So right now I have the cactus, I think that's what it's called, or desert. This is the desert dashboard. And I think I just want to switch it to something a little bit more summery. So I also have this cute little card from Infinite Lotus. So all my planner stuff is from Infinite Lotus. I was thinking it'd be really cute to like put it on here with a paper clip. So I think, let's figure out which one looks better. Actually, I might do it. There's like the smaller side of these paper clips. I like that, or maybe it doesn't look as cute as I envisioned it. But I think I'm going to keep this one on there and then put this over the top of it. Just maybe that looks cuter. I actually like that. But first and foremost, I need to put my, I'll probably switch these out too, just to like more like summery things. So like this is the planner freebie that we had like in the winter time. And I love it. So I'm going to keep it because I'll definitely be using it again. And then this is our current freebie, the dahlias. So maybe I'll stick that in there. So I'll put that in here. I like the way that looks. I just needed like some extra layering. So that looks really cute. So my planner inserts are from Infinite Lotus, and I do, where did it start? So I have it starting in April because January, February, and March were done when I put this together, and it gets a little too thick with all of the inserts in there. But what I love about it is just being able to flip it over like this and write. It just makes it a lot easier. So I like to use this for my personal planner, but I think that looks really cute. It just kind of brightened everything up a little bit for summer, and it makes me really, really happy. So I love it. And that does bring us to the end of this week's cash stuffing video. As always, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope it blessed you in some way, and I cannot wait to see you in my next one. Have a great week, you guys.